It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Broncos on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos led by the rookie quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the first round, number 12 overall. He's been around. He's 24 years old. But the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. All run play. This is Hill. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. That's caught! And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
When we had a chance to talk to the coach the other day, what did he tell us, Mike? He said, I want to come out and be aggressive right from the start. And with that big shot downfield here early, I think it's pretty safe to say that's exactly what they have done. Now the key is, can they turn that explosive play into an opening drive touchdown and really get off to a fast start?
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run here with Hill. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. And they're led by their quarterback from the University of Pittsburgh. It's Kenny Pickett.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, but if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And as the weeks start to dwindle away here in the regular season, he's currently #1 in the league in receptions. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll try to run for it. 22 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, Broncos.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
Here's Hill. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Here's Nix to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The Browns offense ready for their 2nd possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun is Pickett. He'll get that to Javonte Williams.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
From the shotgun, here's Pickett. He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw is Pickett. This one caught by Akins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the ground, this is Williams. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw is Pickett. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
They'll throw. It's Nix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. On now for 4th down, Trenton Gill will punt it away. Man. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now Pickett. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A run with Gainwell. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Pickett to throw. Catch made. That's Woods. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 1st and 10. Pickett to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now Pickett. Now he'll run it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A give, and here comes Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
They'll run. It's Williams. A second effort, and he is in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Browns. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Fighting off tackles, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with him again. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
On first down, Pickett. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Here's 2nd and 2. On the play fake, it's Pickett. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Cleveland.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
To return, it's Mims. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go play action with, and that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum build.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Denver 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
The open man is Atkins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 14.
To throw is Nix. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to be 3rd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on 3rd down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those 3rd down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I return to Denver after this. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This one from 41 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos are able to get it back within a score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Here's Pickett now. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Right back to Moore, another grab. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Here's Pickett. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, Pickett. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun is Pickett. This one caught by Akins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Pickett. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
That's the end of the first half, with the score from 17, Broncos 9.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Breece Hall, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Lamar Jackson, terrific in the victory, as his guys get to 10 wins and run their mark to 10-3. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Here comes Ford on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Pickett now on play action. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Pickett. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Browns getting their punting team out there. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Nix. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. On the option, here's Williams. He'll edge forward for maybe a yard. He'll land in Roberts in there on the tackle. They'll look to pick this up third and a yard. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
First down, Cleveland.
They'll go again with Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Pickett. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Yeah! And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Good work after the catch. They gain 19 yards and a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me?
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up. They'll run here with Hill. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing, Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Broncos are back within 5.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Pickett. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. 3rd down, 3 to go. Throwing is Nix. He's got a man. That's Tony. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All run play. This is Hill. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Second down and 8. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Pickett. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Pickett to throw. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead.
Just a brutal mistake there, Mike. I mean, they have a chance to put a late scoring drive together and increase their lead. But now with that interception, all the momentum shifts to their opponents, and now they got to rely on their defense to hopefully get a stop and get them the ball back.
The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Reynolds is the motion man here. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Slot man in motion right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. Here's Hill. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down. Reynolds is the motion man here. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll run it here. It's Samaje Perine. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Nix. That is caught, and he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
I think this is one of those plays.
This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field.
Previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So this winds up to be a very smart decision to throw the challenge flag. They remeasure, and this indeed will become a 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. The Browns have it. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was driving, had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, they get the ball back, and they improve the field position with a nice fumble return.
And what a change of events. You find yourself defending your own side of the field, and next thing you know, you scoop. For a minute, it looked like there was going to be a score, but either way, after running out of gas, he sets his offense up in a great situation.
The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Gainwell. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the play fake, it's Pickett. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
On first down, Pickett. Right back to Moore, another grab. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Pickett now. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The rookie, Bo Nix, and the Broncos offense getting set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Nix now on 1st and 10. He'll find his tight end, that's Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. He keeps it himself, and he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 28-yard line.
He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
They'll try to run. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun is Pickett. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st down,
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Now it's Williams. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll...